And we are very different from the Arewa. I'm going to explain, and I will try to be brief so that you understand what I'm saying. We are different from the Arewa linguistically. And I'm saying this because I'm a linguist and I have utmost respect for the Hausa language.
Dr. AI, if it is not religion, he has forgotten IBB is from the Middle
Big
Belt.
daddy,
He
big
has
daddy,
forgotten
big daddy,
Abdul
no,
Salam is
big
from the
daddy, no,
Middle
big
Belt.
daddy,
It's
no, big
only
daddy, no.
Kawan. It's
Big
only
daddy,
Kawan
big
he
daddy,
knows.
big
He
daddy, don't
doesn't
do this.
know IBB. He
Big
doesn't know
Gama,
Abdul
big
Salam
daddy,
Abubakar
Gama,
Abi.
let me finish. Kabari Gama, it's okay, it's okay.
You never allow the guy to talk, Abi. You
Yeah,
give
but
your own time to speak.
you understand?
He
You
was
know,
listing presidents that are from the Middle Belt. He has forgotten
Big daddy,
Ibrahim
big
Babangida.
daddy,
He
please,
has
the point has
forgotten
been
Abdul
clear. Big
Salam
daddy, please,
Abubakar.
let's be respectful. Let's not interrupt him. He was here in the last 2 or 3 hours. He just had the opportunity. He has never interrupted anybody. The only time he did it was okay when Adamu his
But
own.
we need to fact check
So
it
please
now.
don't worry.
People
So
will
whatever
go.
he says, you understand. You may wanna, if he is done, you can ask him question to collect. Please and please, let's be very respectful. He said, okay, they want to have a collective sense of purpose. Okay, underline that. You might want to like chip in something, right? Well, you understand. Let him say. You understand. It's a difficult conversation, and we just have to have it. Just like when you came, you were like conquered. You understand. Adamu came, some people I could see thumbs up. You understand. Then we should also be open to listen to the other side again. So what you understand? It doesn't change it. You don't pinch anything. You don't do anything for my body. You understand? I know even giving my Christmas chicken. Grandmaster. So Dr. Crow, I beg, make nobody a beggar interrupt him. I beg, I'm begging you, understand? I beg, you understand? Dr. Crow is saying, you understand? I'm hearing something new. You understand? I'm hearing something new. You understand? The sense of purpose and house of assembly. Yeah, those connections. That's what I'm talking. You understand? I beg, make you hear him. I beg, make you know what. If you finish, you will ask some questions. Dr. Crow, fire on.
All right. So right now, we have three different civilizations. This is one of the major differences that we have. We have the Kororofa civilization. We also have the Nok civilization and the Arewa or the Kanemborno civilization. And I'll highlight what that means. First of all, the Nok people are mostly the people from the plateau, the southern Kaduna, the southern Bauchi. You see them, they are genetically interrelated. And I'm talking to people who are expert in these things. Please, anyone can take note of these things. So we are different people. The Arewa people are mostly Afro-Asiatic people, the Chadic, the Oromaic. You will see that they have similarities in because I speak Hausa and I understand some of these differences, the clear differences, and also our genetic makeup are very different. We eat our aesthetics, our cuisines are very, very different from the Arewa people. So, for example, people from the Middle Belt cannot identify with the civilization Upper Chad and that of Niger Republic. Somebody in the Arewa can comfortably tell you that, look, the people in Niger Republic are my friends. We are related. They are our brothers. We don't mind. We are the same people. They can tell you, they can relate to the people in the Chad, but we in the Middle Belt, we have nothing in common genetically with them. We don't have any linguistics affiliation with them. That is what I want to point at first of all. So they are the Afro-Asiatic groups of people. We are the Bantustans, for example. We are the people from the Niger, Congo. Our language are very different. Our philosophy, our cuisines, the morphology, the syntax of our language are very different from these people. Our culture, our way of worship is even very different. Even those who are Christians, who are Muslims, you will see that we mix it with our traditions. I've made a video on my blog. I've written articles. You can check some of these things. We have pointed out already. They are very, very, very different from the Arewa people. So first of all, I want us to understand that difference. We know these differences. We have been told multiple times. You see the way Arewa look at the Yoruba Muslims with disdain. Arewa Muslims, they look at, not disdain, it's too strong vocabulary that I want to use. They look at them as lesser Muslims. I don't know if that is the right vocabulary. I hope nobody's been offended. But that is how we are being looked upon. And we know about these differences. For example, I just told Adamu that I am from the Osekema family. The Osana of Kenya is my uncle. We have two divisions in my family right now. We have the Osekemas and the Magajis. The Osekemas accepted Islam. The Magajis did not accept Islam. They are the Christian side of my family. So we are all. My father is the only Muslim, is the only Christian in the family. In all his brother, he's the only Christian. The TK, all this one, they are all Muslims. So I'll not go and fight them or kill them because no. But right now in Nasra State, we all of a sudden understood that yes, we put our tribe first and our interest of our people. you know. So we are genetically different from the Arewa. While most of them are traders and headers, we are sedentary. We are farmers. Particularly, we farm a lot. We drink burkutu. We eat dogs. We eat pigs. This is the difference between the Arewa people cannot tolerate some of these things, but we do. We do. And we pride ourselves with cultural diversity. We are very tolerant and accommodating. We do not intend to impose Sharia law. Those ones that are Muslims in our family did not intend to impose any Sharia law. When it comes to our, for example, the Oyarere festival that happened recently in Ghana, the one the Ugri festival in Aguatashi, we all gather together, both Christians and Muslims, and dance together. Nobody will get lynched if you do any blasphemy. No woman will be attacked if she doesn't wear hijab or will not have hizbah around. So we pride ourselves for being liberal and being progressive and being tolerant and accepting. These are some of the things that make us unique, that make us different from the Arewa. So we notice that our people do not have any sense of purpose, and we say, okay, what are we going to do? For example, I've written an article also about dying languages that are going into extinction in Nigeria. I cannot remember the details of the articles that I wrote, but there are languages that sadly, my language is going to also be affected. So Fulani language is also one of them. The Fulani, specifically Fulani from Nigeria, not West Africa. Fulani language from West Nigeria, particularly because Hausa language is such a very dynamic language. It has a way of adapting and assimilating both with Arabic. It is a very fluid language. So I speak several languages. For example, I speak French fluently, I speak Swahili, and I speak multiple languages. So I know how to appreciate some of these languages. So what we are telling you is that we have an identity, and we are not trying to run away from Nigeria. No, we are patriot. All of us, as you see, pushing this movement, we are all patriot. We support the unity of Nigeria. We just want to create a sense of purpose, like I said earlier, for our people, a direction, political direction, and economic direction. Now, if a vote came up, a referendum, for example, come up and say, oh, how many states would like to create a middle belt? For now, most of our leaders are not interested in this whole thing because it will affect how they are seen nationally. But we, the people, are going to force them to take interest in this, because if they don't do it, it is going to threaten their vote. And mind you, the Middle Belt have been voting very differently politically. Their vote have been always different. Just check out the pattern of the vote. Right from 2003, right from 1999 to 2003, till date, the Middle Belt movement has always been different from that of Arewa. Even this last election that we did, Peter Obi, strangely, won Nasarawa State. He won in Plateau State. The people in Benue State have a very special affinity for PDP. Even in Plateau State, Plateau people, they have loyalty for PDP because of Goodluck Jonathan. You go to Taraba, those who have strong affinity for PDP. That's why most of them voted for Atiku, because they were afraid of Jagaban because of this Muslim ticket. So our people always voted very, very differently from the Arewa. You can see that our interest is, and why are we voting differently? Because we noticed that someone from the Arewa doesn't represent us, doesn't represent our interests. When our people get killed, they are getting killed in the farms, are getting attacked. We are being told that it's reprisal attacks. So we say, okay, Ibila say we are trying to associate ourselves with you. Now the thing is going to be like this. Let us now create our own interest. Let us look for someone who will represent us. And when we vote for this person will fight for us. And we'll look for the lesser candidate. For those ones who will say, okay, yeah, come, we'll be with you. Don't worry. Now, in conclusion, I've stated this. We are linguistically different. The syntax of our language are very different. The Alago, the Idoma, the Igede, the Jukuns, where the Jukunoid language, all of them, you put them, classified them, they are very different from the Afro-Asiatic language, which is the Kanuri and the Hausa, very, very different. For those who are expert in linguistics, you will know what I'm talking about. Then I spoke about our genetics. We are different people. The way we eat is very different. The food we consume is different from what you consume. And our style of dressing, our women tie 2 wrappers. I, for example, participate in the Aleku festival. Inside there, you see Muslims, you will see Christians. We go to the shrine together, we drink burkutu together, all of us. This is our culture, this is our tolerance. So we are different. We are not extremists. We are very tolerant, just like the Yoruba is. You see them, just like the Senegalese. If you go to Senegal right now, you will see both Christians and Muslims. They will do Salah together, they will do Christmas together. So our difference is so clear. We are progressive, we are tolerant, In my family, I cannot kill the Muslim in my family. I cannot run away from them because they are Muslim. We know ourselves. We know what unites us. What unites us is not Islam or Christianity. What unites us is our ethnicity. That bond, that blood is stronger than what divides us. So we say, okay, let us create this movement and see what we can make out of it. And now, just watch out in the next 5 years, you will see every single state that is targeted, you're going to see a lot of ethnic activity, a lot of fashion, a lot of cuisine. In the Lagoland, we did it. They did it in Lafia, they did it in Aguatashi, massively in Kenya. You see a lot. I can share all the videos. We share them on our platform. We created all sorts of organizations promoting this movement. And we also have teams of people that are dedicated to uploading our languages online. We are uploading vocabularies. We are creating videos. We have a team right now that are working on producing cinema video on our history, the war that we fought the Danfodio Jihad. We are working on it to create them now. So this is our interest. This is what we are working on. This is what we're trying to develop. We're not fighting Nigeria. We're not trying to divide. We're not trying to run away. We're not trying to hate the Hausas or hate the Fulani. No, we are trying to create a sense of purpose. And any patriotic Nigeria, we say, oh, go ahead. We support you rather than come to insult us, attack us, or threaten us and say, hey, don't do this, or it is a Christian movement or Muslim movement. No, 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 no. Please, let's be rational. Let's be reasonable. Let us understand everything about the movement so that we will be guided in our thought. I yield the mic here.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Croc. You could see a different perspective, from you. That you understand that's the whole idea. Okay, bringing people together. It's a difficult conversation, and I know Nigerians. Some Nigerians, okay, when they disagree with you, they want to gaslight you, they want to insult you, they want to call names, they not start even questioning your own rationality or your sense of reasoning and all that. So even when we started, people were like, and this you've been trying to imagine, like, you don't want people from the middle belt to come on. You understand? I've received a lot of DMs. You understand? And you understand the topic is this. They don't want to talk about it. And Dr. Croc has hit the nail on the head. And I'm very happy that, like, he talked about, okay, the political aspect of it. Don't if but we reduce politics to, okay, voting. No, you have to negotiate. Politics is about also negotiation. Negotiating for what? Negotiating for power. Power for what? Power to power to control or dominate, or power to do something for your people. So some people get the power and they abuse it, while some people get the power and they do something to represent their own people and for its greater growth and all that. So politics is wide. And I was like, okay, what are the House of Representatives? What are they doing? What are the senators doing? What are the governors doing? Why are they not talking about it? Are they afraid? What are they even afraid of? Right? Interesting conversation. Thank you so much, Dr. Croc, for that amazing conversation. Thank you so much for that. So we have Abubakar. You want to say something, Abubakar?
Dr. AI, can I say something, please, before I just
No,
give
no,
you?
no, no. Please, Arrange it, please. You understand? I have a reason why I said so. We've had it. So, Abubakar, thank you. Abubakar, are you there? Abubakar, are you there? Okay, Arinze, it's the mic. Okay, Dr. Croc, you say you want to engage Engineer Khalid? Are you done?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to know, I wanted to hear his opinion about my submission because he seemed very rational and quite easy to reason with, unlike the other guy that was telling us to just accept down for the conquest. So, Engineer Khalid, I don't know, what do you think about my submission? Do you have any questions? Do you have anything? Do you want me to clarify anything on regard to that?
No, Dr. Crocs. I think you are right on point. The idea of forcing anything on anyone, that doesn't sit right with me. Personally, I believe in freedom. Like everyone should have the freedom of identity. So if you want to identify yourself as a female, that is not my problem. It is your right. So you should identify as you want to be identified, and that should not be a problem. And what I said earlier is uh people need to come together and have a consensus so that they can push forward whatever grievances or whatever they are trying to actualize. So it's not a problem. Me, I believe in unity. I believe in one Nigeria, even though we are not one. No matter how no matter how you want to make people as one, even in the same house. Like in the north here, we have polygamous house. So even in the same house, you find that there is difference between this room and the other room. We are not from the same mother and the same father, and that would be difference between me in this room and that person from the other room. So, but when we go outside as a family, then we look out for each other, and I think this is what makes Nigeria, what makes the North unique. So I think we should continue on this trajectory. Nobody should try to enforce anything on anyone. I am totally against that, and at the same time, I feel these issues are being pressed so much because from where I sit, I'm not inside, so I might not know 100% what is going on. But from where I'm seeing, I don't see anyone enforcing anything on the middle belt, because you have your community, you have your people, you have your leaders, you have your governors, you have your chairman, you have your house of reps. I mean, everyone that is within the locality and within the leadership, this is someone that you can relate with, even if that person is not directly from related to you, but you go to his roots, you find out that actually this person is from this place. So I don't see any problem with that, and I agree with what you said. Uh,
Okay. So,
yeah.
Baba Abba, you're back. I hope you heard my submission. Dr. Aya, please, can you give Baba Abba a minute or 1 minute so that he can ask his questions if he needs any clarity, he wants to engage
Okay,
with us.
Baba, but do you have clarification or you have something
There
in
is
add?
nothing.
Baba,
The only thing I already know the argument, and I alluded to it before, that the only thing Dr. Croc knows how to talk about is that they don't drink, they drink burkutu and eat pig meat, and then other people don't eat it, and that is what marks their difference from other ethnic groups. Please tell me the relationship between the 25 ethnic groups that are in Nasarawa State or the over 50 ethnic groups that are in Plateau State. I want to know their similarities and why they are going to be one.
Okay. Okay. Baba Abba, I think you were absent when I was trying to explain to you that there are three different relations. Dr. Aya, I think your mic is unmuted.
But did you hear
go ahead.
when someone explained about when
We
Adamu
have
explained the Kororofa?
different. Please, Baba Abba, I want you to listen. Just a moment. We'll discuss this more. We have three different civilizations. The Nok people, who are the plateau, the southern Sauchi, all these people, southern Kebi, they are linguistically interrelated. They have the Arewa, who are the Afro-Asiatic, are related. Now, the Kororofa people, not language, the Idoma, the languages. So we have relationship, we have linguistic relationship, we are all genetically related. Aside some intermarriages between the Alagos and some Hausa or Fulani, which is a very few and rare thing that you will see. I believe the Hausa have married with the Fulani very much. Hardly you will see any intermarriages. So we are genetically interrelated, and linguistically we are the Jukunoid languages. We are interrelated. They are far away from the Afro-Asiatic languages. That's what I'm trying to let you know. So we can, a Jukun person can be speaking, I will be hearing one or two words from what they are saying. And a Gatuman can be speaking, I can understand one or two words from what they are saying. So we understand each other. We 1, 2, 3, we can identify our distance, So then our too. So that is what I'm saying. The syntax and the morphology of languages are dissimilar. So we know we can identify. Yes. Now, what I say these spaces, and what we're trying to do, we're to create a sense of purpose for our people, because it seems Arewa have their own interests. The Arewa leaders, they are pushing it, and it is obvious. When I look at their leaders, the way they are pushing and the way they're getting support from their people, I wish we have leaders that have balls like that can speak for our people and say, look, let us do this. We have tagged along with Arewa for long, and we see that it and that is what we're doing. As a president and politician, we also want to create awareness among all our people. You might think this is just Twitter you're seeing, no, but the conversation is going on the ground, and it's reflecting in our vote. It's reflecting the last vote that we did recently. You can see how our people are thinking. There's a massive satisfaction right now. Because of the insecurity has also amplified that. So we are asking ourselves, what is going on? Like, what is going on? What are we doing? Who is representing us? So we, for example, some of us are going to become leaders of our society. Some of us that are leading this movement are going to become leaders. And we will know what our people want. We'll know how to work for them. That is what I'm saying. So if you have any question particularly, Baba Abba, please don't, the way you're going on about fighting this movement, it will not pay off. We are not trying to hate Hausa. We'll try to no, we are just to create more bitterness, and I don't think it's necessary. I think you're smart, and say that because fast food
Okay, guys, I think Dr. Kwok is having network issue. And thank you so much. So you could see different perspective from different people and all that. What are the issues? What are people doing? How do they want to address it? Going back to the drawing board and all that. So thank you so much, Dr. Krog. Dr. Krog, are you there? I can hear you. Is anyone hear him? Am I audible?
Yeah, we can hear you, but we can't hear him. Let me
We
put it
can't
this
hear
way.
him, man.
I think,
Yeah.
yeah, I think is very, very necessary and very, very important for us to acknowledge the way Dr. Crocs speak, at least from what he said. Me, I like people that are reasonable. You talk from point of facts, points that we can relate to you when it comes to that. And me, I'm for that 100%. Any person that can come out and speak to me the way he speaks, I mean, you will be the dullest person not to reason with what he is trying to say. But
Engineer, me, I didn't understand what he said. Can you summarize it for me, please, so that I can get him? Maybe I'll
Babagba,
understand.
where you do now? Or you put your
I,
you put your ear for
I
which
listened
speaker?
to him,
it's,
but
it's
I
like
didn't see any substance in what he said. But
it's like
engineer seemed to have understood him better, so maybe he can summarize it so that we will get
yeah.
the main crux of.
Is it all right? I speak, please.
All right. So so here is the thing. I mean, if you wind back to like an hour ago, you can see that the space is just rowdy. I mean, this is the main goal of our leaders. If we don't have the eyes or the brains to see it, I think we are in the wrong place, because this type of speech that will make us rowdy and not reason with each other, I mean, speak reasonably and try to understand ourselves, that's where they want us to be. And if I want to argue from point of sorry, I'll have to make from point of grandmaster or from point of bababa, that's big daddy. I mean, we can speak for 10 hours, and at the end of the day, nothing useful will come out of it, because you will not understand him and he will not understand you, or in as much as he understood you or you understood him, but you know that you will not cross that line he has drawn, and you will not cross your own line. So what's the point? Me, what I believe in argument is two people should bring their heads together and try to reason. Bring your points, let me understand you. I bring my points, you understand me. Not just throw out things out there that will bring more division. I mean, I don't see the point in that. I mean, we've passed that. At this level, we should be, if we are arguing, we should be arguing from point of reasoning, so that at the end of the day, you understand me. And I think the main problem currently we have in Nigeria is that we don't listen to ourselves. This person is speaking, you will not listen to him. You are speaking, he is not listening to you. So at the end of the day, there won't be any dialogue. But when people are reasonable, we know we have our differences. We all know that. And there is no shying away from that. So let's agree on that and see, you you have this issue, you have this issue. What do you want actually? Someone came earlier and asked questions. What do you want? He's even confused. You don't know what they want. And now him coming up, at least you can relate to what he said. You can
But
relate to what he
engineer,
said.
I'm asking for your help. Just tell me what he said now. I didn't get it. Help me, please. I listened to him, but I didn't get what his point.
Okay, okay, head is the thing. Okay, I'm going to say it in one sentence or so, right? He wants they are working to give their people a sense of purpose, a sense of direction, so that at least the interests of their people will be protected across all
Good.
levels
Who
of
is their
Exactly.
governance,
people?
right?
Who are their people?
Yeah.
Who are their
So
people?
Exactly
no,
what
no,
you're
chill, 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 you
exactly
know,
what
kasa, kasa, kasa. Can
No,
you
ai shi
understand,
yasa
right?
na
you're
So
saurare shi
that's
ina
what
so
I.
a bani shi a hankali ne in gane menene.
saying.
So
If
me
if
people,
if
su
you are
are people din?
Okay,
Is it Alago people he's
okay,
fighting for, or Nupe people, or Biron people, or Jukun people? Who are the people?
okay. I think his network is having issue, and it's a very interesting conversation, and hopefully we can be having something like this. And because I noticed that some people listen to react,
Dr. A,
while
I
some people
I
to
know
react not.
Dr. Croc, not today. He started this his divisiveness, not today.
No, no, no.
I know him.
Okay, that's no, that's fine. You see, I never knew that you people had a back and forth in the past. You understand?
this is
So
the issue.
like
Me,
myself now, right?
I'm judging him based on what I hear him say
You are
the
judging him
whole
based
Exactly.
on
So
his
that's what I'm
soft
saying.
voice,
So
engineer. You are judging him based on his soft
no, no,
voice.
no, no.
You
Hello, can I?
cannot
You
give
understand?
me
Here is the
now
thing.
the
Here is the thing.
content of what he has said exactly and how it has killed this matter. I've been begging you since.
But you were
I was
ah
listening. I
listening
think you
now. I
understand.
know that
Uh,
it was empty. All the thing he's saying is empty. He couldn't.
no, it wasn't empty. No, Baba, we can't.
To ku bani
With due
mana kun
respect,
kasa
Baba, we
bani
can't.
kun ce wai
Big
it's
Daddy,
not empty kun
Daddy,
kasa
listen.
bani tun
But
dazu
then,
kuna ta roko
Let me
you
kun
understand,
ce wai
right?
Prof
Go
I
ya
ahead.
think
Can
ce
I
some
kaza
things,
speak?
a
na ce
sense
Let
of
muku
anyone
kun
hear
purpose.
me?
copy ɗaya kun
So
How
kasa.
that,
does this bloody
okay,
thing even work?
he's back, now. He's back,
Big
he's back,
Daddy.
he's back, he's back. Gashinan to his back, his back.
Yeah, well, wonderful.
Okay, Dr. Croc, he said, okay, that you should summarize in
Okay,
summary that
someone has.
who are your
Let me ask
people,
him
blah,
my
blah, blah.
question, Doctor. Yeah. So now,
Okay.
Doctor Croc, they said you want to create an identity for your people, according to what Doctor AI told me, to give them a source of
No, 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 no. A sense of purpose. I never say
a,
identity. A sense of
a
purpose.
sense
You
of.
understand? And their
They
interest
say
to
you
be
want to give them.
protected. And let's be very clear
Okay,
here.
you want to give your people a sense of purpose. There are two terms I want you to help me define, if that is your word. Who are your people and what is the purpose you want to give them? Define purpose for me, in what you are saying, and what is who are those your people that you want to give that purpose to, please.
Okay, it's crazy that it has to be repetitive. Anyway, but let me say it again. For those, I hope those who were there will not get tired of hearing my voice. Baba, Big Daddy, as you're popularly known. Like I said earlier, we have three different civilizations: the Ariwa Kanem civilization, and then we have the Nok civilization, then we have the Korofa civilization. And the people for the Nok civilization have a very old history. They are genetically interrelated, these people, and linguistically. the syntax of their languages and the morphology are similar, and they can understand each other. They can hear one or two words whenever they speak to each other. And genetically wise, they are also interrelated. The same thing with the Kororofa people, the Jukunoid languages, we are all interrelated. A Jukun, someone, Igede, Idoma, Agatu, all these people are all interrelated to each other. Whenever we speak, and a woman also tied two rappers. And I tell you that we can identify each other by the way we speak. And the Arewa or the Kanem-Borno civilization are the Afro-Asiatic people. They are the people who can identify with Niger, they can identify with Chadic people, but we don't identify with the Niger people. We don't identify with the Chadi people because we are not the same people genetically. So, but this is our civilization, the Nok and the Kororofa civilization, these two different groups. And mind you, the T people refuse to join the Kororofa civilization because they consider themselves different. So we are not, of course, we are not a monolithic cultural people, but we know and that we are genetically interrelated and that we have similar linguistics. We have almost similar cuisines. We have almost similar philosophy and style of worship. And our level of tolerance is expressive in the way we accommodate the peacefulness that we come with. So this is the reason why we say we want to create a sense of purpose for our people, because we realize that we have tagged along for a very long time with the Arewa. And we have not achieved anything like that because the Arewa people have their own leaders who are mostly interested in pushing the agenda. And our people are just left there. We're just looking, we're just tagging along. Sometimes we get insulted for eating dogs and pigs, and we say, okay, fine, this is our identity. Let us create a name out of it. And like I told you, the current Osana of Ghana is my uncle. My family is divided into two, the Muslim groups and the Christian groups, you know. But we all came together this year and created the Oyarere Festival, where you see Muslims, they abandon their Islam there. Christians drop their own there. We all join hands. Everybody was celebrating the Ogri Festival massively. The pictures are on my platform. You can see them. Nobody bring any religion. No. That is one thing that unites all of us, that our culture. The people, the Idoma people can identify with the Ogri Festival in my site. When we do a Leku Festival, all that, we can see these things. So we want to tell our people that, look, we have tagged along for a very long time with the Arewa. We have not achieved anything with that. For now, our leaders are not on board with us, but we want to create a massive pressure. We have started, we are in contact with a lot of them. We want to tell them that, look, this is the purpose of our people. You have to do the things that we want. If we don't do, we will look for people that will represent us. If we cannot find them, we ourselves will go and represent ourselves. Some of us are capable, some of us are party members, some of us are leaders in our communities. We will go there and assume some of this position and tell our people that, look, we are here to represent you. We are not here to push northern agenda or Arewa agenda, no, the agenda of our people. What do they want? Do they want security? How about farming? Well, because our people
Okay,
get killed, nobody
I'm
come to
clear
look
with
for
this
us.
now, Dr. Croc. And there are three things you've mentioned. You said there's the Kororofa Empire, there is the Nok Empire, and then there is the Arewa Kanem-Borno civilization. Oh, the Kororofa civilization, the Arewa Kanem-Borno civilization, and also the Nok civilization. Dr. Croc, I assume that this your doctor is a PhD, right? Please, I want you refer me to any literature that has Arewa Kanem Borno civilization in it. I want to see, please, because
No,
sorry,
this is this
allow
is
me.
actually my
No, no,
work.
no. Allow me
No,
now
this
to
is my work.
finish my question, please.
No, this is my work. I would proud to give it to you in the book that
Thank
I'm
you.
writing.
Just
I would
give
proud to
me
give it to you.
any literature that merges Arewa and Kanem Borno civilization into one as one civilization. I want to see it. Secondly, give me a document also that says that the Nupe people are under the Kororofa Empire or the Kororofa civilization. Please, I want to see it. And I want to know how is it that me and the people in Jukun are sharing we understand the same language. I don't know how you say we understand each other. I want to know which research was able to establish that the Nupe people and the Jukun people, or whoever it is, the Tiv people, can understand each other. I want to see that document. I also want to see the maybe a research that shows the comparison of all these languages that they are sharing the same kind of food or what have you, so that I will also learn from that. Same with the NOC culture, please. I want to know. The second question I asked you, you have not been able to tell me. What is the purpose that the people of the Middle Belt of, by your definition, are lacking that you want to provide for them? Define that purpose for me, please.
All
I
right.
want to know.
First of all, the purpose, number one purpose is a political purpose, political identity. That is number one. Secondly, is an economic movement that
Yeah,
we're
how
trying
are
to
they
create.
lacking it,
Just
please? I want you to explain
wait,
it to me.
wait, just a moment. Because I just told you some of our people got killed in Benue State. People continue to get killed in Nasarawa and Plateau State. Even in Taraba, they're getting killed. But we don't have leaders that speak for them. We don't. So we want to create a pressure group. This is what we're doing, just like the Mieti Allah, just like any other group around Nigeria that will push for our interests, push our leaders to speak for us, push them and say, okay, look, speak for us, or
So
we
your
go to
leaders
or
are
we
not
come in after.
together with your cause, or they are not your tribal members. That's not why they are not speaking for you, or what are, or they don't
Okay,
allow.
Babagwa, let him finish. Babagwa, let
No,
him
no,
If you
finish
permit
he
before
me,
has
so that we
already
don't
if you
finished
interrupt
his
him.
permit
So.
me,
submission. I need
No,
him to break
Kagani.
it down now.
No, but you asked
all
him
right.
three questions, so it will be fair enough for you to allow him to finish. Let him digest. You understand? He'll take it bit by bit, right? And right. So let him just take it. Thank you, Dr. Croc.
So the purpose is political because we want our leaders to speak just like the Arewa leaders. Like I told you earlier, I feel jealous of the Arewa leaders. People like Aline Dume and all these people. You see them speaking for their people. People like who? This Northern Elders Forum. You see them speaking for their people. Anytime there's something, you see them going out and
So
speak. We need
the
leaders like
governor of Nasarawa State is not your people. It's not part of the Kororofa, or
no.
the
Just a moment. Just a
no, no,
moment.
no, no.
Just a moment.
The former governor of Plateau State wasn't part of the Kororofa when he was the chairman of the Northern Governors Forum. Eh? Is not part of the Kororofa, or is it? What's this guy? The chairman of Arewa Consultative Forum today is not part of Kororofa, and he's not protecting your interest, because I know all these people are, or by definition of your Kororofa, they are all part of it. So please, I want to know, why are they not aligning with you? Or is it that Yakubu Gawan, or what's his name, Yakubu Dogara, they are all dull, or David Mark, they are all dull. They are not part of the your Middle Belt agenda, and they are not speaking for you. Or J.S. Tarka, who was a minister and one of the leaders of the early, he even started the agitation of the Middle Belt Empire. He wasn't your leader, right? Or I want to know, who is your,
You
is it
you forgot to add Babachiri Lawal to the group too.
who is the governor of Plateau State? He's also not your leader. He's not speaking for you. The governor of Taraba State is also not your leader. He's not speaking for you. The governor of Adamawa State, he's also not your leader. You don't have political identity through all these people. The House of Rep members that are representing you as an Alago man, they are also suppressing you as a Middle Beltan person. You don't have any political identity. The House of Rep members that are all of Plateau, they are all House of Fulani people. They don't have any interest of the Middle Belt people. They are all suppressing them. They are all not talking, giving them a political identity. You, Dr. Croc, have to come and emancipate these people from these leaders. Is that what you are saying? Don't
Um,
forget that those people were voted.
Babagwa.
Let me address it now. He said it is political. So I want to know, we are in a democracy now
Uh,
where people vote for those
Baba,
that they want. How is it that those
Baba,
that you want to liberate are voting
Ba-
for people
Ba-
that are against their interests? And you
Bababa,
now, you want to come and help
wait,
them when they had the
wait,
opportunity to vote for those people?
Bababa. I think it's difficult having a conversation with you because you don't listen to understand You
You
just want to
said the
replace.
purpose you want to give your people is political. So I
Okay,
want to
all right.
understand their
Permit,
purposelessness.
permit me now. Permit me
Daddy,
to explain what I mean by
Daddy,
that.
let's be objective, please. I think we all understand what Dr. Croc
I
is
don't
trying.
understand. I won't assume. He has to say it.
Okay, so permit me now. Permit me to explain
So
it.
you let
Then
you
you
So,
understand.
Bababa, if he's explaining, you interject. You not allow him to land, and you will not be complaining. You will not be saying you didn't understand again.
Okay, can he
Midway again,
explain it
you
in just
understand?
1 minute? He
Eh,
shouldn't be
yeah,
rounding
Gamma,
All
round
right.
and
no,
round
no,
and
they
round.
explaining, and then we will say some other things
So,
again. He has a lot to talk,
so,
right?
so
Yeah.
for the political, yes, this is all these people you mentioned, the Babachir Lawa, the T.Y. Danjuma, they are all our leaders. For now, they don't have the incentive to speak about some of these things. They are just sleeping there. That's why I told you that we are creating a pressure group, a pressure movement to tell our people that look, you didn't know why Arewa, you see them all this Sarki on Twitter. They are speaking, their leaders are listening to them. They know that this is their purpose. They will start doing what their people want them to do. That is what we are doing. We're just creating a pressure group. So if you really want to know, that's the political one. Then the socio-cultural one, this one we are involved personally on our capacities. We have networks. Those anyone, people in Nasara, people in Taraba, people in Plateau State, Benue, we are all of us have assignment to create festival, cultural and cuisines and promote these ideas. And like I told you, and like I also said on this platform earlier, we have teams of people who are right now working on creating movies with AI, using creating movies to narrate our stories about the fight we had, the resistance we had against the
In which
encroachment of downfall.
language will that movie be done?
In English, because
Taking
we
your
want all, yes, you can laugh at it, but it's in English. We
Bababa,
want everyone
Bababa,
to know our story.
we are learning, please.
We want
Abeg.
everyone to know. And mind you, we are also working on translating books into our languages. We are writing, me personally, I'm involved in one of the projects that involve uploading the names of all our streets, modifying them on Google's, writing them in our native language instead of conquered land. We are working on that also. We're also putting our vocabularies, our pictures. We create some of the people who have studios are working on uploading pictures. Or Alago, for example, you cannot find a lot of materials about Alago online. So we are already uploading. You go to YouTube, we're uploading musics and videos. This is what we're doing. So that is just cultural aspect of it. Then there's the political aspect. We are telling people in Mada to do the same thing. We're telling people in Negon people to do the same thing. With all the groups, we're telling them, if you're part of this movement, you know what to do. Go ahead on your capacity, anything knowledge that you have. If you don't have anything, you meet the thing that are working, we'll work with you. I'm a linguist, for example, so I know almost all the Middlebelt languages, all the neighboring languages, both in Mada, Yuko, all these people we are working, all the Jukuns, we are working with them. We know how to develop some of these things and know if you don't have anything, we'll tell you what to do. We'll go on cultural festival, collect a video, upload them on YouTube to make them available. These are simple things we are doing. So politics, pressure group, cultural identity, then economic. We are creating networks of farmers and traders and creating an identity and making friendship too. So Big Daddy, it shouldn't bother you. This thing is all for Nigeria. We are enriching the culture of Nigeria. It should not be a problem. I don't know why you always sound triggered and agitated as if we are
I
trying to
know
kill somebody.
because I know you
I
to
don't know
be a
why.
divisive person. Dr. Croc, are your people
Yes.
are the people of Kororofa Empire marginalized today in Nigeria?
No, we are not marginalized. We don't have an identity. We don't have an identity. We don't have a sense of purpose. We don't have a sense of collectivism. That's why we're trying to create it. We're not marginalized. Everybody is marginalized in Nigeria. Everybody is marginalized. So we don't want to continue
So
like
the
that.
first
We want to
thing,
create something different.
okay, my understanding is
Mhm.
part of creation of identity is
Go
first
ahead.
you want to call yourself
Yes.
Middlebelt.
Yes. And we want to put our culture ahead. We want to preserve our language. We want to preserve
How
our
many of
aesthetics
these?
But we
and
do
our
not have the
cuisines.
same culture now. We do not
So,
have the
so,
same
Baba,
so
culture.
Let him
no, I'm
land
not
now.
the
But
one
that's
now
the man.
talking. I'm asking him a question. I'm not the one talking. It's
Mm.
somebody. So now you want to preserve the 40 cultural groups in, or close to 50 cultural groups in Jos. You want to preserve the over 25 cultural groups in Nasarawa State, or you want to systematically bring to prominence your Alago tribe. because I don't know, you've not defined us, because maybe you want to, from one oppression to another, you want to, in the guise of helping other people come out, you want to bring Alago to now be the top. Which one?
Big
Which
Daddy,
one
I
are you
think
doing?
you'll be the next person to
That,
give this space because
uh,
you see, Alien has left the
Babagba,
panel.
you know, you've asked all the questions. We are beg. Thank you. Your
Dr.
question don't
AI,
finish.
are
Oh.
you, please, guys,
Babagba,
I'm
Big
not
Daddy,
asking him
Babagba,
Big
any
you
Daddy,
don't
question.
you've
calm
asked
down,
the
I'm not asking him
question.
any
calm
question,
down.
but
We will
Dr.
send
AI,
you the
Dr.
remaining
AI, I want
documents.
to respond to Dr. Cross.
Eh,
I want to
yeah,
respond.
of
no,
course. Yeah, I know, you will. Please. Okay, Babagba, you've asked all your
I think
questions.
at the moment,
So he will send you the
Dr.
document. Go and be debating with that. You understand? We don't get all the time in the world. God bless you so much. It's an awesome conversation. We have to talk about it. If you were there at the beginning, people were thinking it was an agenda space. We don't allow people from it. You understand? I was like, me, I just want to learn. And if you don't pick something, so that is your, maybe some people don't want to listen. Me, I listen carefully, right? So that is the thing. The biggest beneficiary of our divisions are the politicians. So that one aside. So Dr. Croc, thank you so much for that. So you can round up your submission. Then Adamu will speak. I learned something. What I want to hear for a long, long time. You understand? If they're not working on political identity, you understand, everything will be zero. If they don't work on political identity, and I'm so glad to learn that. You understand? Politics controls much, like virtually a lot of like everything. If geography is on political, a lot of people don't even see that. And I learned something. And I'm okay, fine. I think these people on the last time they were close to something like that was in the during Joseph Taka. Then along the line, boom, you understand, they went back to zero, back to square one. And other politics. Me, I'm interested. You understand? Okay, Dr. Croc, the mic is on. Me, I learned something though. Babagba, you understand? Not that, me, I know they defend baby politicians, you understand? Make people agitate, but let's listen and understand and tolerate and all that. Make you not be saying they'll talk and again will get triggered and all that. Yeah, and I'm not speaking on behalf of anybody. Now me,
so,
will let me. The mic is
so,
yours, sir. Thank you.
Yeah,
so in conclusion, we are trying. So most of the languages are going to go extinct. So we are trying to preserve them online, immortalizing some of them. So I think Big Daddy should stop fighting us because, like I said, we are just trying to enrich the culture in Nigeria,
are Nupe
the
people
diverse
part
culture.
of your group and Ibira people?
Any
Babagba,
any person.
Babagba, we agreed that you ask all the questions. Now we have agreed. Now I beg. Now thank you.
So our group is open for anyone who wants to preserve their language, who want to develop anything to do with it. It's open for anyone. It's not a closed group that will say no. No. It's not a closed group. So Baba, I hope please relax. I don't
But
know
me
why.
as a
Go
Nupe
and join.
man, I have my identity. I have
Jeka
political voice
yawe,
and
maka kara mata,
representation.
so that all the
Babagba, if
people
you know what meaning, if you are speaking on behalf of the Nope people, we will carry Nope people keep for one side. You understand? When you people are ready, Dr.
No,
Croc will carry people along.
because I'm not
How about that?
marginalized. I have a
Babagba,
minister today
Babagba,
representing me.
Babagba, let's get
I have
something
my
straight.
Governor Bago. I
That,
have
yeah,
House of Rep
Babagba,
member every year
Babagba,
that speaks my
if you are speaking on
language.
behalf of the Nope
I
people,
have political representation. The same Alago
okay.
man is an Alago man.
Big
Which
Daddy,
year
you
has
can join us.
your House of Rep member
Big Daddy,
dressed
join our
like
group.
an Alago man and I
Big
went to
Daddy,
the Green
Big
Chamber?
Daddy, Big Daddy, you can. I'm inviting you personally to join us.
I will never join you because you are hiding. You are hiding your true intentions. Your intentions is not pure.
So what is my
Nigeria,
intention? What
I
is my
don't
intention?
know. You say you want political identity when we have 360 House of Rep members. You have almost every tribe. Nigeria has only 250 tribes. We have 360 members. Everybody's tribe is in the House of Rep. Everybody's tribe is in the House of Rep today.
so Big Daddy, money that
Babagba, let me, Dr.
So
Croc, let me help
it
you
is
with that.
a lie that you
Dr.
want
Croc,
to give these people
no,
political
let me
identity.
understand.
It is a
Don't
lie.
worry, you
No,
see.
Doctor A, I
Okay.
can very ya kunce wai shi ya faɗa fact. Ni baran faɗa fact ina ba. Ya ce
But
wai
he was making
yana
it
son
the
he
but
said
I
he
think that
wants
you are bugging
political
him.
identity for his people. Which
Let me tell
political
you my understanding
identity
of his
has
own
any
definition of
tribe
political identity.
in Nigeria not gotten? Tell me which tribe does not have their representative. Me now, if I count 3 families or 4 families, I will get it. I will know the house of the rep member that is representing me. Probably we have one married. it is the same for everybody in this country. The rep member that is representing you, if you just count 3 or 4 families or 5, you will get to know, oh, their great grandfather was married to your kaza kaza kaza. You see it. You
Big
have a
Daddy,
senator that is representing you. Yet
Big
you
Daddy,
come on this space and you tell us that you want political identity for who?
Big Daddy, do you feel that guy you are calling his name that is representing you maybe at the Senate or House of Reps? Do you feel he is representing your interests?
He's first of all, his identity. He's
No,
representing me.
just this is a
Wait,
yes.
my interest.
What do you understand by identity, Babagba? What do you understand by identity?
That's
Political
good.
identity.
You see, Dr. AI, my interest may align more with someone from Niger Delta than maybe someone from Sokoto or even someone from Bida. It's interest. Interests are personal things. You get. But as a Nigerian, with someone, I want to see someone at the table that speaks my language, that is from my place, dresses like me. There, first of all, that is identity. Is
Okay,
identifying as a
let me
Nupe
tell you something. Okay, let me give you another definition of identity. Let me
man.
you see you understand. Let me give you another definition of identity. Just kindly mute so that at least I'll tell you something. Right. So I love politics and I love to play politics. Right. But thankfully I'm not with APC. Right? So political identity, what does it mean? It can't be uniform. It's not like okay, you're gonna be like okay, somebody it's beyond even interest sometimes. Like okay, you want to have political identity is also connected to the political voice. Like here is where we stand, right? I'll give you an instance. The tax reform, Tinubu tax reform, right? So you have some northern governors who we believe you understand they have an identity. They have
Led
this.
by a
Yeah,
Nasarawa state governor. A
hold on. I'm giving you an
Nasarawa
instance.
state governor.
Yeah, no, I'm giving you an instance. I'm giving you an example now, so that it won't be as if it's hypothetical, right? So political identity is linked to political voice and political stand. Now here we stand, majority of us, but few people may want to divert. They don't want to be, but it's okay, right? It's okay. So now you have mostly the governors that were coming that were strongly against uh, the the tax reform. You understand? Northwest has a political identity and political voice, and it aligns with also not east. Now they will now come with that force like a voice, and we don't want this, and that's it. Majority accept it. So now they're looking okay. How can they have something like that? Is it beyond just the tribe? Like okay, they can say okay, this state, that state, 4, 5 state. It could not be all of them. For instance, that let's have this voice and the senators, you understand, and all that. This is our stand, right? If you don't do this, it has repercussion. If you go against us, you understand. Forget about you coming back. We go, you understand, something like that. If I understand him correctly, but that's one way of looking at political identity. Having that voice, having that block. You cannot be everyone, but having majority. Like right? Dr. Crook, am I making some sense here?
Dr. Krog doesn't know what he's talking about. Mama
No, 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 no,
Usman
no, 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 no.
today,
With due
the
respect,
chairman
Babak,
of
don't say that
Arewa
now. No,
Consultative
no, no, no.
Forum.
Dr. Crook is a
Dr.
learned
AI,
scholar. Oh.
let
But he spoke like a
this
scholar.
learned scholar,
No,
he's
no, he's
taking
no, 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 no,
time.
no. With due
Yeah,
respect,
yeah.
with due
Dr.
respect. No,
AI,
no, no.
Let's
Maman
move on. Let's move
Usman,
on. Let's move
Mama
on.
Mike Usman,
Thank you so much.
a
Thank
thief
you so
man,
much.
is the chairman of Arewa
It's,
Consultative Forum
it's
today.
very, very
Dr.
clear.
Krog, you
Big
reject him.
Daddy. Big Daddy has
Mama
to
Mike
yeah,
Usman is the
Dr. Cross.
chairman of
So
Arewa Consultative
we
Forum
we are
today.
not going
Since
to
the
decide.
creation of Arewa Consultative Forum, he should tell me the chairman of Arewa Consultative Forum that has come from Northwest. And then we'll count the one that has come from Net Central and count it. He said there has never been, Dr. A, he said there has never been any benefit for the North Central for being part of the North. Let me ask him, Senator Bukola Saraki, where is he from? He was Senate President for one term. Senate President David Mark, where is he from? Is he not from North Central? Okay, Yakubu Dogara, where is he from? Is he not from North Central? Okay, Yakubu Gawan, where is he from? Is he not from North Central? Uh, IBB Babangida, where is he from? Is he not from North Central? Dr. What Abdul Salam Abubakar, where is he from? Is he not from North Central? The chairman of Governors Forum, Joshua, what's his name? Oh, Lalong, where is he from? Do you think that is it that Dr. Krog disrespects Lalong, that he thinks Lalong will sit down as chairman, and then somebody from Sokoto is going to tell Lalong that this is what you are going to do? Do you think that that is the kind of person Lalong is? Or you think Yakubu Dogara he's a puppet for the what's his name, Sultan of Sokoto? You think that's what he is, Yakubu Dogara? He's a puppet for Sultan of Sokoto, Abi? Or the present Akume, what's his name? George Akume, that is the what's this? Is it chief of staff or George? No. Antiwe Babu benefit ne. George Akume, that is the current is it SGF of the federation? He is not from North Central, but he is somebody we are being marginalized. All the power that we are having in this country today, if our top men from North Central cough today, Nigeria must answer. Is he not one of our governor? Is he not one of our governor that spoke and the whole nation started shouting kata kata? Just our one governor from Nasarawa State just talk. Just one of our governor from Nasarawa State.
Everybody
Dr.
seems to
Krog
be
doesn't
talking.
like him. Dr. Krog doesn't like that man with passion.
No, that's fine. That's okay. But that's okay now. But that's fine now. So that is all this thing. And so everybody must not like that person. So Kagani, right? Here is the deal, right? And we've had a wonderful conversation. And I've been hosting this space since 2:30, like since 1:30 p.m. Just to you understand, and we're going somewhere, right? And some people will never agree with us, will never agree with you. Some people will, you understand, biases. You don't have to like somebody, you understand. But we have to listen, and where it makes sense, accept it. So views, you understand. And if you say middle belt now, some people, hey, they want to secede. I think they want to remove themselves, and you understand, right? So hopefully, some people will get to like, okay, you understand, right? So, and even Engineer Khalid disagreed with me when I said, okay, geography and all that. All my life I was studying geography, looking at maps. You understand? When talk about vegetations, they talk about the middle belts, vegetations and all that. Political power wasn't even attached to that, right? I don't know if you've seen that. Like the map I studied about 30 years ago, I saw those things. Geographical something. People didn't even talk about, you understand? I didn't know much. I love maps. And I gave my perspective, and Yanakal was like, no, you understand. And that's fine, right? So I don't know why it's difficult for us to understand this. Change anything. It doesn't reduce anything. It doesn't stop the politician from exploiting us or the leaders from not standing for us. Baba, but what he's saying in essence is those leaders you've mentioned, blah blah blah, this, that. Now, if there is an attack in Plateau, for instance, or Benue, or Niger, or Kebbi, you understand? Some of those regions, you understand? You get to see like there is no that voice coming like, you understand? Government has to do this, have to, you understand? It could be part of that, right? And listen, understand, you can't be, sometimes I have to like, okay, talk, you understand, at least I'm getting to 40 now, so I have to listen more than just trying to like listen and you want to, no, we can agree but I can't be defending the leaders who feel their people. I won't do that. No politician is paying me. This is not, I just want to like learn, and I've learned a lot, you understand, for people who agree, for people who disagree. And I discovered that people were not talking about the political stand or political voice. You understand? Right? They can say, okay, this state, that's the staff of, if I were them, you understand? I will start with, starting with, let's say, four, five, three, four states. Then you'll be expanding gradually because it's a lot of work. a lot of resources, a lot of time, lots of resistance. Some leaders are careful because they don't want to be associated with people that are pushing because the government will see them in a different light and they will not have the. You understand? They are careful. Recent events, you organize event, Middlebelt, you don't see the leaders there. They send representative, maybe one media, some like the person. You understand? The whole lot is happening. But beyond that, right? People are free to identify whom they want to identify to protect their interest. It's all, you understand. I don't have issue with that, right? And listening more again, like I was having like okay religious, but I'm going to like see a different part of it. Then it's like for me now to okay take it, you understand, and all that. So if it makes sense, take it, adjust, then educate someone again. It may not be what some people made it to appear. I don't know why it's difficult for Nigerians to listen to one another, right? So thank you so much, guys. Babak, I beg, make you no vex. And I know, say, it's the way they your head. You know, sometimes if you think too much again, go they confuse you. That's why I'm careful. You understand? So, be that it's me, we're divided. Nigeria is divided. Blah blah blah. Trying to I won't magnify our division. I will never do that. Right? I won't do that because it doesn't add up to us. So, Adamu want to say something. Okay, Babak, I will cycle back to you, even though you know so you don't ask all your questions, but it's okay, fine. Dr. Krog, round off your thoughts, then Adamu will speak. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. I appreciate
Are you
No, I don't
ignoring
have anything
Mariam?
to say
Are
again.
you ignoring Mariam?
I would,
Mariam has
it. Oh,
been
I'm
I
here
would
not,
since.
no,
prefer that
you speak now, Babak, you speak
Adamu
now.
should go
Make
ahead.
Krog finish, I bet, make you no vex,
Uh,
then. Niger people, if
please,
you are
Mariam,
please
speaking on
give,
behalf
Mariam
of
is
give
Niger
here.
people,
Mariam
if
is
you
here.
guys are ready, you
uh,
understand, Dr. Krog will invite you
before
people.
Maria, before Maria, please give
I will
Adamu
never
the
join Dr.
opportunity
Cross
to
group.
reply.
But that's okay, now, that's fine now. She can back for me.
AI,
Dr.
Doc,
Krog, the mic
AI,
is yours.
let,
Thank you for your
let,
time.
AI.
Kubama Adamu opportunity,
Dr.
Magana,
AI,
he has something to say.
are you from Middle Belt or North Central, or you are not
I
even
want to be
from
on the
any of
same
them?
thing. I'm a Nigerian. You understand? And I'm a global citizen. All this one a definition not
So
be
you
smart
are
me.
not from this region.
Wait,
So you are pitching
No,
up.
uh,
You are
relax. You see,
providing a
Babagba,
platform
you
for me
started
to
again.
fight my
Doctor,
brothers.
Babagba, Babagba,
Doctor
You
AI,
are
Babagba,
Doctor AI, that's
providing a platform for me.
Kaji.
Babagba. I'm a global citizen. I'm a Nigerian first. Whatever happens to any Nigeria, I don't attach region to it. I don't attach ethnic coloration to it. I don't attach whatever to it. I look at every issue, okay, from the Nigerian perspective. You see, the Southeast have that space. I go there, respectfully give my submission. South, oh, anywhere, I no send, you understand? And I'm a global citizen, a Pan African, right? You may not agree with some of the things I've said, you understand? So, me, I'm a Nigerian for now, you understand? And I'm open to difficult conversation. Let me listen and I learn. So if you listen to people, they make their this thing. If you don't learn anything from there, then there's a problem because a whole lot has been said. You may disagree with 99% of what Crocker said, but at least there is one thing that he has said. At least it should resonate. But we can't say, okay, white one, say, okay, he didn't say anything. It means we were not listening. If you say you didn't get anything, understand anything for what you said, that what you said is baradash, it means you were not listening, right? And understand that. You understand? So you say, he said at the beginning, we want to give our people a sense of purpose and direction. And he built that on that, right? So that's what I'm saying. And I'm joking about it if you are representing Niger people. I'm not saying that you should join, no, sorry about that. I'm just joking. Catching cruise. You understand? So make you not take them to heart, I beg. If some issues don't come again, some people just put on like say Nigeria belongs to their Nigeria and their inheritance. I know they put that one for my head. No politician is paying me. So make you no vex, Babag, but I did with you. Eh? So I beg. So Dr. Croc, the mic is yours. Okay, Babagba, you want to say something? Make it up to say you inside at the gaslight time. Babagba, say so. Ask a question. Babagba. Okay,
Dr. AI,
Dr. AI,
yeah.
which part
the,
of
the
Nigeria are you
side.
from?
Don't worry
What
about
is
that.
your state
After
of
the speech, I'll
origin?
tell you. It doesn't matter, because where I come from doesn't change the fact of this back and forth. You understand? People about fighting each other and it does not change
No,
that.
I
Doc,
want to
doc,
know your
doc,
position
No, no,
because
don't
I
worry.
don't
AI,
After
want
the
to fight
speech,
you,
we
my
will talk
brother,
that.
on your
But
space
uh,
when you don't
Big
have
Daddy, after the
anything in
speech.
the matter.
Dr. AI, Dr. AI, I know you need to know that Big Daddy is surprised with your stance, but I would direct him to Engineer Khalid that is here. He will hear you both have the same position on this debate. So if the Big Daddy is surprised by you, Engineer Khaled, where are you from? You know, from Kaduna.
Yes, I'm from Kaduna.
Big Daddy, you can reason with him. Listen to what Khaled has to tell you,
Okay.
so that
Dr.
you
AI,
could
I was
choose.
just curious, just one thing, right? The current chief of defense staff is from Southern Kaduna and also it's also part of the so-called Middle Belt, right?
Dr.
Um,
AI, let's move on from this one. This
no,
one,
no, no.
Big,
They
Big Daddy
said
is
security
staring.
what
is
This,
bad
this
now.
Buhari,
is
I
what
want
staring.
Buhari
to
can
know.
talk.
This
Let's
Kai,
is
have
oh
another
my God.
discussion.
Bakwa son
staring.
gaskiya ne ko me?
Ba wai ba ma son gaskiya bane. An yi
Staring.
wannan awa ɗaya da wani abu ana ta magana a ji muryan wasu
To me
mana.
yasa ba kwa so? Ai gaskiya ɗaya ne. Shi yasa dole a tsaya a magana
Eh,
ɗaya. An
Big
ce wai
Daddy,
ba security a Middle Belt. Shine
Big
nike so in
Daddy,
tambaya.
maganar
Chief
gaskiya shi ne.
of
Kana
Chief
ji na?
of Defense Staff na yanzu
Maganar
wani yare ne. Martin
maganar
Luther
gaskiya.
Agwai wani yare ne. Duka an ce wa 'yan Middle Belt ba su da
Maganar
gata a
gaskiya.
Nigeria, ba su da
Big
political
Daddy,
relevance a
you
Nigeria,
you you
ba su da
you
economic
like
relevance a
rowdiness.
Nigeria. Martin
That's
Luther
why me I
Agwai dan wani
favor.
gari ne. Chief wannan gayan yanzu minima mai sunan gana akwai ɗayan gayan da ya yi from Southern Kaduna shi ma.
Madam
Ya
ruwan
isa
sanyi
kuma
ka
Big Daddy. Ya isa ka yankuri.
Ka daina ƙarya Dr. Croc ba na so ka daina ƙarya.
Na
You
surrender.
lie.
Ka win. Ya isa.
Yo, finally, see, Dr. AI, see, there's this problem people not listening, and I think we have that problem this year. I think each and every one of us that is in this space that wants to listen. I don't know the history you guys have. I don't know what is behind the scenes between you two. But me, as I'm on this space personally, and I believe majority of people on this space, they get one or two things from what Dr. Croc said. Me, I've gotten some answers because the way you are speaking now, me personally, I feel Bababa, Alien, and what's the other guy's name? You guys match each other. You guys match each other. I mean, you can
Social.
go
Is it social or
not
or
social, grandmaster.
grandmaster?
Yes. So they can be on the same space and be arguing.
So I
Nobody
beg,
to anybody.
let me respond to what Dr. Crocs said.
So let me learn. So I feel most people on this space reason with what Dr. Croc said. I don't know what history Big
Why are
Daddy.
you feeling? Did you do a survey? You are
I
projecting what you feel and saying
uh,
everybody on this space. No.
I said
Don't
I
do
said
be
I
like
said
CNN
most
now.
if
You say
if
you
if
feel what
if if
133
if
people.
you
Did
are
they send you a
listening,
message?
if you are listening, you get what he is saying.
I
It
listened
doesn't
to him
matter if
very keenly. Just say you talk for yourself. You don't know what the 133 people on this space. Don't speak for them, except you have a message that they sent to you confirming that they agree with what Dr. Croc is saying.
yes, please. Yeah. There is this guy Yusuf with you. I think he's been requesting the mic that he wants to speak. You've not accepted him. Please, if you can accept his request, and please let's move the mic. It's very
Babagwa, mu
clear
bar
that
Adamu ya magana mana
So,
Babagwa dan Allah.
it's very
Okay,
clear
okay, Adamu.
Big Daddy
okay,
has his
so
Okay,
Dr.
so Big
Cross,
Daddy, that good.
mic. Let's just
The
Dr. Cross,
biggest, the most difficult question. Sorry, Babagwa, before you go, the most difficult question you're going to ask me is where am I from, right? I'll be stammering. So Adamu, the mic is yours.
okay, so Dr. Cross, you came here and spoke, and because when I was speaking, I had some questions, you didn't answer them, but later on you said, there are crises in Benue State. There are one of the reasons why you people are advocating for Middle Belt. There are crises in Benue State, but then I questioned why an Idoma person has been marginalized in Benue State and has not been governor, but marginalized by thief people. I will keep saying this. That's number one. Number two, I mentioned the thief and the Jukun crisis, which has been, in fact, the people keep references this recent Fulani, when the Fulani and herdsmen start fighting. We have known the Fulani people for how many years as people that have been going about with their cows. I get it though, that the average Fulani person can be very, very, especially those uneducated ones that rear cows, can be very behave stupidly sometimes, especially when you touch their cows. They are very violent. We know them for that. Everybody knows that they don't want anybody to touch their cows. You understand? But we have been living peacefully with these people for how many years? You understand? This Fulani headers crisis came in just when Buhari came to power. It's a very recent affair. But I questioned the Tiv and the Jukun issue. You did not address that. Tiv and Jukun people that led to the Zakibian massacre. Dr. Cross, you didn't address that. And I mentioned why an Idoma person cannot be governor in Benue State today. Why are they? Idoma people constitute over 40% or 30% population in Benue State. But because the Tiv people have been marginalizing them, they cannot be governor. You did not address that. You did not address that.
Adamu,
So I want us to be realistic and be
Adamu,
truthful when we do these things. So why do we always
Adamu,
try to see this? Oh, the not that
Adamu, can I, before I answer your question, can we establish your background? Because you have a very ambiguous, but you presented yourself as an Alago person. And I asked you, where are you from? You say you're from Aguatashi. Which street from Aguatashi are you from?
What is this?
No, why do you want to ask that question, Dr. AI? Please, Adamu, don't answer. Because Dr. AI didn't answer his background. Why do you want to question his background? Are you now the person that determines who is an Alago man? Is that
No,
what
I
you
say
want
he
to
came
do
with.
to us when
No,
we join your
Do you know the funny thing? I told him my family name, and he's still asking me this question. You see my problem with this?
no,
I told you my
you
family
say
name,
you're
and
from
you're still asking me
Aguatashi.
question.
Which street?
Pardon?
No, which street in Aguatashi are you from?
I do not live in Aguatashi. That's my village.
so that you can send people to attack you.
Okay.
Baba, but they are from the same place, so
No.
No,
Why
them is
does he
based on
want to do
Alago,
that?
Alago.
So that
So
you
live
go
in a
and
family
intimidate his
matter.
family members.
The
wait,
big
He wants to go and
daddy,
wait,
intimidate his
Baba,
family
calm down.
members. Why do you
big
want to
daddy,
do
they
that?
connected differently. Kagani, so
Calm
they
down.
can
No, you
act.
should
Kagani,
tell us.
nothing.
Me yasa yake so ya san gidan yaron? Me yasa yake so
So
public
no, by getting to
yaron?
by getting
Understood.
You don't have answer. It's ad hominem fallacy. That's what it's called, ad hominem fallacy. Address his
Can I-
question. Don't address his character. Address his
No,
question.
Big Daddy.
Dr. Crocs, I even told you my family name. You can go and ask about Bole family. I'm not hiding. I'm not even you. If I'm
Which we have multiple Ogbele.
there is one Obole
Right now,
family in Aguatashi. That's all I know. I don't know the multiple Oboles you're talking about.
no,
Aguatashi
we
is
have
a very small.
we have three Ogbele family,
They are all
and one of their daughters.
They are
Yeah,
all from my family.
see, on
They
the
are all
one
from. If they are Oboles,
Ogbele,
they are from my family. You don't even need to go.
one of the Ogbele is here in my city, in France, as I'm talking to you right now, schooling here. I accommodated her here, so
He's from
I
If
know
Aguatashi.
about
that's the
that.
answers to his question, Dr. Croc. Why must you know
No,
his family? You want to know when they marry his mother? Is that the next thing? And
Big,
when they
Big
consummated,
Daddy,
is that the next question you answer?
Big Daddy,
Big
from
Daddy.
his speech, we hear him say his people are not marginalized. So I don't know what Adamu is trying to get out of this point.
So the point I'm making, according to the question Adamu asks, why an Idoma person cannot be governor of Benue State, they are being marginalized. If you were on this platform earlier, you will have understood what I said. I said we have a lot of division right now in the Middlebelt. The Korofa people, the Nok people, our people are divided by a lot of things, by lack of identity, cultural identity, by lack of collectivism. And this is what these are some of the things we want to fix. And I started by saying that we have already created platforms where we are documenting our languages. If you are from the Idoma tribe, if you are from the Tiv tribe, we have created platforms where you can bring in. In short, we have records of interviews of 8 Sajis. What I mean by Sajis, people that are in their 80s and in their 90s. A Lago person, for example, in their 80s, they don't speak the same Alago with our modern generation. I interview one of my grandfather, who is also the king of Owena. I interviewed him, recorded him on audio, and I have to transcribe and translate everything he said because his Alago is different from our own. And some of the things he's saying, I can't even understand them. So I have to document some of these things. And then I went to the Ofonu to interview some of the masquerade that are there, some of the secret of our
That is the
medicines that
reason why an Idoma man cannot be a governor in Benue State. Please, Mr. Dr. Croc, why are you doing this? You don't have answer. You say this is the reason why you want to solve this. You want to go and tell these people. You want to do advocacy for these people.
All this, you don't understand this language. Blah, blah. Even if you go to Middlebelt today, somebody who was born in Bida or Agay
Mohammed Kekumakazo Damonka. No. Mohammed,
hold on. Okay, Mohammed, please. Muhammad Zaki Magani.
Wait now,
Muhammad, hold on.
Wallah, Wallah.
Okay. Yeah.
Hi.
Okay.
So the purpose of this middle belt movement is that we are youth with visions for our languages, for our culture, for our cuisines. We are youth with political vision. We want to create a political pressure group. We want to create a cultural movement. That is why I'm saying that we are trying to preserve because some of our languages are going to disappear, including Fulani language. And I said it here earlier, specifically the Nigerian Fulani, not the West African Fulani. Their language are being threatened because the moment some of them assimilate, they leave the bush, coming. Wari, for example, cannot speak Fulfulde now if you ask them. So most of them, they abandon their language, except it's just now the Fulani revival is coming up. Some of them are trying to teach their language, their children their languages. So some of these languages are threatened. Hausa is a threat. It is very cute. It's a very, very dynamic language. So Fulani, Hausa language is a threat to Fulani language. If you have a Fulani person who wants to preserve their language, you also have a platform for them where they can document, record audios, write document, and all those things to preserve them. Now, the only language that will survive are language that are used for commerce, buying and selling, are the language that can survive through music. That is what we are saying. So since Alago is not a language of commerce, Alago is not a language of music, we say, okay, they are trying to do audio. Let us carry old Alago record audio and put them on YouTube so that next generation can be able to find it. There is a song, Alago song, that is called a Pawaza, which means two head is better than one. I've been looking for that, so I couldn't find it. But today, this song is available on YouTube because of our project. So what we are doing is that, so Big Daddy, if you really want to understand this movement, it's not just a political movement. It's a political movement, it's a socio-cultural movement, it's also an economic movement. And this is why I told you that we have diverse way of manifesting everything we are planning to do. And it's going to enrich the culture of Nigeria. It's going to enrich our diversity. So you fighting us, telling us that we are Christian movement only, or that we are trying to hate Hausa people. It's toxic actually. So kaje ka sha ruwan sanyi kawai ka dakata, Dalla.
Okay,
It's very
Dr.
toxic.
Kwako, you understand? Here is you understand, right? So, thank you so much for that. You've spoken well, and Nigerian. So it's just our differences, this, that, but we need to have this conversation, and people have way they see it, and all that. Just like okay, the way you are like calm, compose, and you say you share your thoughts and all that. Unlike some people, the way they present it. That's why I say, what are the issues? What are the issues? You understand? We're not. We are not this. It's not. So what are the issues? Tell me the issues. You understand? And let's see that. Right. And from there, you build on that, and which is right. So now, even like some people just come. Okay, for instance, I give you an instance. Okay, someone said, okay, he's happy to be called a terrorist. You understand? You understand terrorist or thereabout. Like it's honor to be called terrorist or whatever. And I've seen that. Okay, people be sharing that normal, right? Is that person speaking on behalf of the Northern House? Because some people see okay, like maybe that person speaking on behalf of the North or something, right? That the Northerns are let's say terrorists or trying to whitewash even what they are also passing through. And I've seen some people trying to magnify that, creating stereotypes. You understand? So like, okay, come on, like this is it. Make this and have people that will also be speaking because honestly, some of the people that say some things on the TLs thinking okay they're defending the North or speaking on it. You understand? Sometimes they go above board. Sometimes again they're not. So it's a whole lot happening, but let them come to the space. Let's even hear. You don't see some people, and some people that have taken their time. Okay, want to like engage. You understand? It's a difficult conversation, and we have to have it. So thank you so much for that. Baba Agba, thank you. Baba Agba say everything you talking guys say wahala deal. Right? Thank you so much. I've heard a whole lot, and yeah. So Adamu, the mic is yours.
Okay, so Dr. Cross address all these issues and but that's for people in Benue State to decide because it's the reason why I don't have any business with Benue State, but because people keep saying we are one, we are all middle belt. That's why I asked why are so this middle belt, does that mean that T people are not part of it, that they don't allow Idomas to have not allowed Idomas to rule them? And you can even in Kogi State, we even know about this Igala Ibra rivalry that has been there for a long time. So you see all these issues. In fact, sometimes Sometimes you are even most likely to benefit one or two things from a Hausa person himself, politically, whether politically or anything. We have had a lot of politicians have Hausa, that has collaborated with politicians from our place and has helped them. So I don't get all these things. Oh, we are different from this person, we are different
Uh,
from that.
just a moment, Dr. Aya, please, Kabama Lebade, Dr. Lebade is in Maganadola. After Adamu is done, please. He has some
Okay.
things to say.
Okay.
Yes. So personally, to me, I will end on this note. For people, I am not going to join any agitation. But for people that want to continue, to be honest, they can continue. I don't see the direction and what exactly wants to be achieved. I don't see the point. But for those that want to carry it, good luck. Good luck to whatever they're doing. But I just pray, because sometimes you might think you have issue. I just pray we don't want a situation where tomorrow now we wake up in our region and we're hearing that we're going to be sitting at home, or we have one leader in abroad that is saying that we have Middlebelt army. We are going to fight. I don't want. We are enjoying some. We know things are not 100%. The little peace that we have in our land, let us manage it. That is. But good luck to anybody that wants to agitate for the Middlebelt identity. I will just end on this note.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Lebat Aguado. Dr. Aguado, are you there?
Maybe in the chop. Make I talk. Make I do my own submission.
No, no, hold on. Okay, who's okay? Okay. Say Mohammed, you could just be dragged. You understand? Okay, no, Allah.
I don't
Okay,
drag
talk.
anybody now. You bring
Okay,
drunkards
okay,
come your
okay.
space. Why I no go call them out? You bring
Okay, that's
drunkards
fine.
come your space.
No,
Why I
no,
no
no,
go
no, no,
call
no.
them out?
Mohammed, we can do better. We can do better. We
No,
can do better.
I'm not referring to people on the space now. No. That one
So
don't
this
pass. That
make
one
your
don't
submission
pass.
and all that. So I bet no call. You understand? Based on what you've
No,
heard and all that.
I don't dey call anybody name. I don't dey call anybody. You see, um, I don't follow Dr. Cook, but I used to see his tweets because Twitter is now a larger community. There are a lot of things he tweets that I agree with. There was a time he tweeted about the Kanu mass wedding, whatever. I agree with such kind of tweets because I feel personally that those kind of things we see in the north are anti-development. Personally, because there are things that should be personal to one, not something that government should be taking responsibility of and all of that. Because there's no general consensus on regarding such kind of actions. And there are other tweets like that. But there was a particular tweet he made when this issue of, in quote, Middlebelt started, and he highlighted, some states which they carved out, imagine from their own imagination, and then he said something that will they support a Christian, isn't a Christian, president from the north, something like that. And in all honesty, for people like us that have always campaigned and advocated, for a one and united Nigeria and a one and united, Arewa, I felt it is unnecessary. If someone like me from the middle belt, or as they want us to believe, or let me just use the correct time, not central. If you say, look, there are certain things that are not being done right, or that are not done right in the past, and there's need for us to sit and have the conversation, fine, it makes sense. And the conversation should be about development, economic prosperity, human capacity development, and all of that. That will resonate with reasonable people. But when people begin to look at issues from religious perspective, ethnic perspective, I mean, it's funny. And that is why people like us will come up and speak against, such, such behaviors. I will give you an instance. I can understand the feelings of people from the North Central or minority tribe in the North. I highlighted this thing, Dr. AI, when you opened this space in the afternoon, the early hours of today. although the space was just having few people, on it. So I don't have that much energy now to go back. But I know that a lot of people feel that whenever they want to compete with a fellow northerner, especially those from the far north, they find it difficult when opportunities arises. This experience was as far back as the mid 70s, 80s, and all of that, from military politics and all of that. Things that happened after the killing of um, Murtala Mohammed and what follows next. Mass execution of some some people from the North Central, especially Plateau Axis and the rest. So it began to create tension. As some people felt that, are we really sure that we're part of this same Arewa and all of that? And what I have always said is this: there is a leadership vacuum in the north since the demise of Sardauna. Those who came after him really did not work for the unity of the region. Some of them were basically politicians who were only after their own personal gains. And what they did was to divide people along ethnic and religious lines. And this threatened the existence or even opportunities that will arise to most of the minority tribes within the region. And yes, to a very large extent, they have a point there, and that resonates with me. But when you reduce discussions like this to ethnic and religious, battle, some of us will fizzle ourselves out, and we can't be part of such kind of things. If it is about development and economic prosperity, yes, we're part of the conversation. Let me give you an instance. I was having a conversation with someone who is a civil servant. This conversation happened as far back as 2006. And he said something. He's a northerner like myself, from the same state. He said in their ministry, a lady who is of Idoma tribe, who happens to be a deputy director, was next in line to become a director. Then somehow, someone who was a junior managed to squeeze himself by backdating some of his documents, and it's from Katsina State. Backdated the document, and at the end of the day, he was made acting director and confirmed as a director. And what did the woman say? She said, is it the one area what they're talking about that we all belong to? And this person was saying this to me, was saying that with so much, sadness in his face. He said, why should things like this happen when we are talking about one north and all of that? And a fellow northerner is doing this to a fellow northerner. So there are instances like this. And because if you are in the majority, we expect you, to show some leadership. And this is what is not forthcoming. And people's agitation is right, it's rightly so the way they're agitating, but not the manner they are going about it. And that is why I said, those who championed the cause for Middlebelt in the past, in the early 80s, some of them, they did it based on what? On equal opportunity for all, because that was not being relegated into the background. And they were doing that for equal opportunity for all, fairness and accountability, if we are to remain the same, not on the basis of religion. And even they themselves, some of them took it to a different level, and that was why it collapsed. And those who are not championing the same cause too, they are following the same trajectory, and that is why it will not see the light of the day. If today you say we are middle belts, we also deserve a fair deal and support we've been giving the core north. Let them also support us, so that we can also enjoy what they are also enjoying in terms of power sharing and other things, so that we can also bring development closer to our people, and by extension to the entire part of the country and the region. Fine, you see people supporting you, but when you reduce it to ethnicity and religion, I bet you it will fail just as it failed in the past, like a pack of cards. And this is the point some of you are not getting. So me, the issue of people coming to say, because even within the minority tribes in the north, just as I've said earlier in other spaces and even in this space, on this space, within the minority tribes, there is no cohesion. All you need to do is to dig deeper and stay with them. You go to Benue State, the same thing. You go to Kogi State, the same thing. And even in the North Central State, it is only Niger State where you have fairness, equity to a very large extent, because everyone is allowed to have a feel of what it means to occupy political positions and equal opportunity. Aside Nigeria said, every other state, I mean, it is the majority carries all. So how do you begin to call for equality and fairness when you are doing exactly in your own, virus state at your own level? And these are the issues. You don't discuss this. It is not when you find a common enemy with someone that you now assemble yourself to come and fight. Then when you finish fighting, what happens? You go back to your cocoons and start killing each other or fighting each other or what? I mean, some of you are not even kids. You should be wiser than this. If tomorrow any one of you is advocating for Middlebelt, base your argument on the issue of fairness, equity, accountability, development, and prosperity. I will be part of that movement. And I will demand that. And I will demand that if we have to continue as one knot, as one entity, then we should go back to the era of Sedona and adopt some of his leadership principles and imbibe it and continue to do it even at this level. But anything outside that, this movement will never see the light of the day. And this is where you people need to understand some of these things. It's not as if it's a personal attack or somebody does not hate you or somebody. No. The issue of whether language evolves, every language has their historical document. They document it from time to time. And language is even evolved from time to time. So what my people's, the kind of, intonation and the way my people went about, their cultural things 80 years ago, 90 years ago, 2 centuries ago, it's not the same thing now. A lot of influences have happened. And so we just have to adapt with time. But that will not erase history, from our life, even though we don't do certain things that same way as it was done in the past. So please let us just calm down. And we shouldn't just because we have our, differences, which is everywhere, come and then begin to look at things from the mirror of ethnicity and religion. Religion is between you and your God. If you are practicing your religion in a way you are supposed to do it, I think equity, fairness, and accountability will always be your watchword, and you always speak truth, even if it's against your own self. So please, let us try, to promote unity amongst ourselves and the entire country at large. And when given opportunity, whatever we are saying here, we should demonstrate it practically. We should be accountable. We should be responsible in whatever opportunity we have in life. We shouldn't just be saying it just to garner sympathy from ethnic and religious champions. We are young men. Anybody can have an opportunity tomorrow to become something. Be the true Nigeria you want to see or the true northern Nigeria you want to see. Be its leader. But don't go about this route some of you are taking. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that submission. Dr. Lebad Aguado, are you there? Is he here now? Is he available to speak? Dr. Lebad? Dr. Croc, Dr. Lebad is not is far away from his mobile phone. Okay. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
okay. Dr. Lebad, are you there? This space has been on for more than 7 hours. Wow. Okay, first name. First name, are you there? First name, don't forget saying the speaker session. Okay, Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr, are you there? Okay. Abu has gone. Okay,
Part of it,
okay,
rather.
okay, Engineer Khalid, okay, you want to say something?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, please. Yeah, don't say.
All right. Oh, it's like, but the thing is, which Grandmaster Alien been pushing for Dr. Crocs to come. He should come and speak. He should come and speak because they were thinking he would speak the same way they were speaking. But once he came on and he was reasonable, you can see they all disappeared. So this is where I feel we all need to come together. Yeah, they wanted him to speak from their point of view, from their point of sentiment, which he came on and he speak very very nicely. And me, is the way you come to me, I'll go back to you. If you came in civilly, I mean, you speak reasonably, I speak just like that to you. Me, it's garbage in, garbage out. If you come, you want to be a bigot. Me, I can be a bigger bigot. So, I think, walai kwa, there is no shying away from it. Me, I'm a northerner. Like, very proud northerner. And if you say you want to come at me, I will go after you. There is no two ways about that. Kagani. But when you want to speak, I mean, from from
Etekeda
what they were
Alutoni.
from what like Ogasa, I ni po ba wani kara ne. In ba ka da mutunci za mu yi rashin mutunci tare ne. So that's why I called the Wasajan Osadewa. So my point is from what they were saying, I think we were at the beginning, we all start from point of defense because the way they were bringing this conversation, I mean, you, you just have to be agitated because they were just trying to push it. You are trying to force this. You are trying to do this. These people say they don't want. You are trying to force this on them. You are trying to force that on them. Which, in actuality, what they are even trying to push is not even like that. That's why me, I said I prefer hearing from someone that is actually from that place. Let him speak so that we can hear what he's trying to say. And from what Dr. Croc said, at least you can reason with me personally. I reason with what he said. I mean, you have to look out for your people. You have to look out for your people. And if you feel those guys that are sitting in those seats, I mean, they are not representing you the way you want to be presented, then you have every right to educate your people so that they can recall those guys back and send those ones that you feel will go out there and represent your interests. And this is not just peculiar to people from his own people that he's even referring to, even us in the corner, that from outside everyone is saying we don't have these issues. We also have our own internal issues. I mean, some of these things that these guys they go out there they do, we all know it's not because they have our interests at heart. Most of these decisions they are making is just primarily their interest first before your own interest. That's if you even align. Even this tax bill or tax whatever that the people see as not uniting against the entire bill. It's not they are not even fighting for you and me. They are fighting for their pockets. But then we align, our interests align, and then we have there is unity in our voice. So me, I like people being reasonable. I like people being civil. Let's talk. Let's understand ourselves. I mean, we can't continue on this direction of hating each other. I mean, throwing insults. We've passed that now. We've grown up.
There
We
are
have
mad
grown up.
people everywhere,
Yeah.
and some people are not ready for any civil conversation. So if you have the
Yeah.
energy, you give them back. If you are not interested, you leave them.
Yeah.
No, I'm
That's
just
what
being
I
honest.
said. That's what I said.
Some people don't have. Some people.
That's what I
Dala,
said.
engineer, I want to say
It's the
something.
way you come at me
Okay, when I
and
don't waste my bag,
garbaging
but
everything.
No.
If you want,
It's what Mohammed said that even I wanted to ride on. You
okay.
see, during Obasanjo's time, something happened. You see, and
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. You see, of me now, I am for not, right? Because my belief is that 19 will always be greater than 6. Anybody that wants us to separate and stand alone has an objective. He wants us to be the separate sheep, the sheep that has left the flock so that they can hunt us and finish us like that. You get? So when they finish separating us from 19 northern states, then they will come and say, is it not Nupe and Jukun? You are different now. Start fighting each other. Then we'll start fighting, and then they can use that one to overpower. That's my thinking. But you see, when in 1999, when we came back to democracy, Obasanjo was given positions. I heard this as from the grapevine like this. Maybe when my parents are speaking, I heard that people from the northwest came. They were talking to Obasanjo that, oh, we don't have positions. They were negotiating political positions with Obasanjo and whatever. And Obasanjo was telling them, look at what I've given the North now. This is all the things he showed them. He said, no, we are talking about core North. That's where the word core North started. It was during Obasanjo's time. They say they started saying Arewa, Arewa, something like that. Something, I've forgotten the right word. So for me, you get, at that point when I heard that story, I was a bit kind of disappointed that
Okay, yeah, Baba, what is the deal now? Okay, let me just chip in before I continue, just for 10 seconds. Obasanjo was able to get juicy positions to the non-Muslims, that is the Christians in the
uh-huh.
north, right? So let's see it as it is. Mokuno
No,
Sugakotam.
no,
No,
that's
me,
And
I don't
the
even
that's
hold
not
on,
understand.
eh.
no.
Then
That's
also,
not
no,
how
no,
I
so that
see it.
AI.
people will get the context. And also the Senate president again. Then for
sorry
the
to cut
Senate
you.
president, don't carry Senate
I'm
president, give
coming.
them again. You understand?
I'm
So they
coming.
now started adopting the core nuts, right? And others, right? No, is
To
that not what
me,
you're trying to
that's
say?
not how I understood it, but that's
No,
probably another way.
Big Daddy, I'm coming, please. Big Daddy, I'm coming. Just 10 seconds. The the narration Big Daddy is trying to bring here happened as a result of appointment of Martin Luther, the chief of army staff then, that Obasanjo used, to say, but social person is from the north. The chief of army, my chief of army staff is from the north. My social person is also from the north, specifically. And they said, no, what about the core north? Yes, that idea of the core north came in. People from northwest, because those were the people that went, and speak to the president regarding that issue. And there's something I want you to understand. This thing always reoccurs. Yes, it is true that in the past, I'm sorry to be that I'm coming, especially in the past during Sojourner's era, once a northerner is there, it is one north. They will now have this political division, northeast, northwest, and north central. So even when Buhari was the president, people were saying he was giving north appointment, not appointment. A state like Niger State, for instance, that has always supported him since he joined partisan politics, got several appointments like fire service, police IG, and what have you. So many appointments came to that region. That is not central. His own region too has their own people. Northeast too has their own, such as the NSA, Chief of Army Staff, and the rest. So when you look at it, if I'm from the North Central and I'm looking for any opportunity, I'll go to somebody within that region and demand what I want to demand from him. The same thing goes to the north, someone from the northwest. Same thing goes to someone from the northeast. Today, as we speak, George Akume is from the North Central and he's the SGF. I will not mention any name, but me, I know personally top DGs of certain MDAs that are from the north, that are from North Central, and are even Muslims that George Akume has done favor to. Some got tenure extension and all of that. They went to him because he's the leader of the region as we speak at the moment, and even to a large extent, after Kashim Shetima is next. So there are certain things that you just discuss with the people that have sense, not people that don't have sense. And this is where sometimes when I speak, I will just laugh when I hear some people just spew rubbish from their mouths.
Uh-huh.
I,
So
so let me just leave
yeah,
it here.
so you see, me, that's why I was listing all these people. David Mark, you cannot insult David Mark in my presence because of I know what he did when he was governor of Niger State. People have their own different opinions, but you cannot. David Mark was Senate president for 8 years, and you want me to come and discount that one and say because he's not a Muslim. So
And
do
they,
you know
they can
one fact I
in
even want
Benue
to
State
bring
they
out?
cannot vote that David Mark in Benue. They will not people will not vote him. But
Uh,
but Ibrahim Babangida gave him an opportunity to be governor in Niger. If I'm not mistaken,
uh-huh,
it was during that time. But they'll come
uh-huh.
and tell you that.
See,
So
you are
do
already
you
going
know
far. I'm coming, Big
one
Daddy.
thing
I'm
people
coming.
don't
Just 10
even know,
seconds.
Mohammed? Mohammed, do
10
you know
seconds.
that
10 seconds.
people? Let me just even go back again. Do you know that this division of northwest, southeast, south, southwest, northeast, northwest. I told it's part of the grand agenda to separate the north. Let me tell you. Do you know who proposed it? I'm sorry to say, so for you to know that this division, who even proposed this division into six geopolitical zones, do you know who proposed it? It is Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. He is the one who proposed this division. Go and check in one confab that they did. Go just Google it. Google his name and geopolitical region.
Dr. A.R., please, let other people speak. Those that
Allow
are
me
speaking
to make
before
my
them,
point now.
allow other people to speak,
So what my point is, I'll soon round up. Accurate, don't worry. I even thought it was a babe. Oh, you go put fine babe for there. I was waiting for her to speak. See you.
Baba, but you carry I go there.
These guys, why waiting now they do no good. So you see, now this is the guy that proposed it. That's why I was saying that why is it that it is somebody from the southeast that will come and remind me that I'm middle belt? Some people have their agenda somewhere. They are keeping it, banking on us separating from the fold to come and perpetuate their political agenda. Go and Google it. I'm not stating anything other than this. So who proposed these geopolitical zones? Go and Google it and check history. Me, I've done it. Go and do it. Don't take my word for it. So this thing that we are bickering, that we are doing, even North Central, Northwest, it is a bigger agenda. So they have broken us into three now. So they will attack us individually. And we are falling into the trap. So yes, I agree with Mohammed that you see, something is happening now.
Big Daddy, I just checked it. I'm seeing it's a Sani Abacha regime, and it has nothing to do with Nnamdi.
Chukudi, who
I just
recommended
checked.
it to Sani Abacha? I asked you to
It was not. I think he even died before Sani Abacha came into power. So what are you doing here?
Who recommended it? I mentioned
Azikiwe was dead before Sani Abacha came into power. So how will he be the one?
I said recommended. I didn't say implemented. I said recommended.
How will he recommend someone when he died before Abacha came into power? Now, how will he recommend? How will he recommend something for someone when he has already when he was dead? What they worry with your lies? This Big Daddy of a guy, you are not tired of lies.
Me, I have a record.
You have put it on John.
Chukudi, I have a record on this.
When say Big Daddy and Allah just try to round up so that others will speak, and it won't be as if okay, others are here, they have not spoken. So kindly round up, and Chukudi allow him to land. If you disagree with him, we finishes, you can request to ask some questions or clarify briefly before it comes to yours. So let's respect that. So shouldn't interrupt. So you're going to say something, right? So it is what it is because we keep dragging back and forth. Right? I didn't say I'm not seeing some requests. Some people send some requests, but I'm not seeing them. But I saw some requests on the background, but I can't accept. But at least I'll see how I can. If you want to talk and you have not really you have not really got approval, so you can just DM me. So at least I'll just send you an invite. Hopefully you come up. So I've been hosting the space for close to more than 7 hours, and the network is having issues. So I'm like struggling to bring people up. So sorry about that. So I'll bring you up again. I send you a request. Thank you. Babagba. So round up, then yeah, Akira will speak. Babagba.
Yes. So for something is happening now. You see, for me, I've said, okay, maybe our people are adjusting now. You see, now
let me just correct you. It was Alex Ekweme, not
Alex Ikweme. Sorry, maybe I think I'm wrong there. Alex Ikweme, pardon me, Alex Ikweme. Yeah. So now my question is this: My question is this, or let me just say this, that what Mohammed said is what me I'm standing for. That if you want to say that let us stand on our values as northerners as we were before, for justice, equity, you get, and togetherness, I am all for it. We are having a lot of crises happening within the north along religious lines and all these traditional lines, whatever. We should come together as a people to understand why is this thing happening and why are we allowing this thing to bring back our region. Is there something that we are not addressing? Are we addressed? Is there an elephant in the room we are not talking about? Is there a grievance that we have in our hearts that we want to discuss? Then we discuss it. But for me, what I'm seeing politically now, I'm seeing some form of understanding, inclusiveness, because I'll see that anything that has to do with the North Central people are allowed to lead it. And when you are the chairman of something or the secretary of something, you have some power over it. You can steer conversations. During meetings, you can steer conversations. So you are not like in the background. So for me, I'm a bit comfortable with that. So let us recognize that there are issues. We should discuss them, but let us not put a knife to divide in the heart of this discussion, or in the heart of our people, to create some division. And you will see a certain ethnic group or a certain regions are the ones pushing so hard that we should divide. But to all our brothers, I'll tell them 19 is better than 6. 19 is better than 6. If you go and foolishly allow somebody to bring you out to say you are 6, now he divide you again. He has successfully excised you from 19. Now that you are 6, you further divide you and then be able to achieve whatever objective they want to achieve with you. Look at the governors that are, let me not drag it too much. So
Big
thank you
Daddy,
very
some
much.
people want to talk.
That's what I'm saying, Babagba. Thank you so much. Okay, accurate.
Nasaya,
Thank you, Babagba.
I've stopped myself.
Okay, so Tango, thank you. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Accurate. Please, yeah, please say something that has not been said, please. So if you're coming up, please say something before the while, so that at least we can end the space and all that. Thank you so much, Accurate.
All right, thank you, Dr. AI. I really appreciate everybody on this platform. Honestly, we one thing we should identify where we come from. Like I'm from Middlebelt. We are all be grouped together to be a northern, and there is some, ethnic, fiber that cannot be able to identify, us together as a core knot together. Yes, we have a issues. I came from Agatu local government. I was born and raised in a Muslim. My my father has a brothers, my uncles, and a cousin were Christian. We live together. We don't fight. You know, and that is how we have been. And I grew up, and everybody will live together happy. And look at it here. If we truly accept and we say we are truly one North, then why? I know we have political issues here. Either Idoma or TV, you have not been given an opportunity to become a governor. We all know. We all know that. But at this point, we have to identify who we are, like from the northeast or wherever that have common, the lingua franca with people from Niger. We are all originated from Kwarara Kingdom, and we have to, to identify to know and who we really are. And you see, again, the North, the North Central, you know, are not, if it come to a political um, a political ideology and all that, the North Central will not be given an opportunity much as the North West or Northeast. You know, the North, Central are be, marginalized. Where we have, like I said, that I from family, yeah, that I'm a Muslim, you know, and the ideology that the northern and some the kind of Muslims some other people practice is different than we the North Central do practice. You know, so we must identify who we are. If we truly believe in the Aliwa or so-called 19 northern state, we should not even think of oppress other people or think other people must submit to our own ideology. There must be either what we call that these people must become a this or that by armies. No, it couldn't. And if we truly want to work hard and we want to remain as a northerner, what do we supposed to do? We suppose what we supposed to do, we with the population, so we cannot. We are supposed to be an educated people, on in more than every other, part of the country. But see where we are today. See where we are today. See where we are today. So it doesn't work when other people, you try, to educate other people that, oh, this is the right thing, this is what we should do, to develop ourselves, to develop our, ourselves as one entity, as a knot. But other people did not see it from the other perspective, we have, like, we say, okay, we have the number, we have the population, as these black entities. If we are really serious to remain in power, to represent the black people in this planet, we should lead a good example that everybody should do, should admire, that yes, this is the north that we want to live, and this is the north that other people want to believe, and this is the Islam that other people want to inspire. Not be Islam that other people want to kill other people because they don't want to practice the kind of religion they want. So we must identify, where we come from first. Before we talk, we are all, Northern. I believe some of us, that, from Benue State, from Kwara, from Kogi, from Niger State, most of us that try to, in earlier, year to early 2000 to get an admission in ABU Zaria or maybe in Fontua. We don't have, the same cutoff mark with the same people, maybe from the northeast, from the northwest. We don't have the same cutoff mark with them, and we say we are not, we are all not. Things doesn't work that way. We must identify who we are. So for somebody to, to come that I'm saying that, we should remain together, and if we should remain together, to promote the equities and fairness, we should not think of, to suppress other ethnic group, that we are superior. The decision that we take in up, that is going down to the middle and is going to work all over. No, things doesn't work that way. Dr. A, you have been in US, and most of us, that are not in Nigeria. We have seen a lot of things. What we should, if we say we will be together as we are. No, there's something happened before agitation must come, that we don't say that we are separate, from the that we don't want to be in Nigeria, but we want to identify ourselves that we are Middlebelt. What we should, say we truly want to promote the fairness and equity, for our people. We call ourselves, Alewa or Northern. We should embrace, education and let our people know. Look at look at all this Almagene, people that are supposed to be a doctor, people that are supposed to be a lawyer, people that are supposed to be an engineer, they are denied to give them an education in 2024. After Jonathan left, that those that are supposed to be a doctor, that, oh, we export them to other countries to represent us, but, we deny them. And that is why we have so much problem over there. When I travel out, I see other tribe, and I did not see much people from the north. It pisses me off. Why? Because, and when I came, when I travel, I begin to see that, oh my God, with the population, and we want to remain in power for over 100 years coming, the education is the key for us. When you educate people, they have now know their potential, they now know what to do. Not that wait for somebody, they want to be, somebody, to propose or something for them, that this is what they will do, to earn economists, their own aims.
Akira, can you run
I
up
have a
very
question
simple?
for you.
So, okay.
Mohammed,
Uh,
let's not interject, please. Let him, please. Interject.
No, just a simple, just
No, no,
a
no,
simple
don't
question.
worry.
I
Let
want to
him
get
land,
clarity.
because he has not interjected anybody. So it will be
Okay.
unfair for us to interject him. It will be very, very unfair. Please let him land. Yeah, thank you.
all right, Dr. Yeah, thank you. If we want to go back, then we should not think of, let us conquer this, part of these people that, conquer this part of these people. No, let us, work on ourselves and see education and give and provide education to our people and educated them more than, I travel and I have seen what I expected the black people, the northern to do. The Saudi Arabia that most of us are going, all the money that, being in a power, why we not build such kind of, is it anything wrong that we have our own Mecca in so-called north, that other people will come? Why do we go into Saudi Arabia and Qatar and other? No matter how you be Islam or you be Muslim, you be in Qatar, you be in Saudi Arabia, no matter how you be, you cannot allow to marry their children. Is it the kind of religions, that they say we are one, that the Islam is one? No. If we are truly, this is all about we, the black people, whether be a Muslim, whether be a Christian, we should, I know, Dr. A, please, we should think that this is another era of corona. Yes, corona is coming. You see people from the Qatar, see people from the UAE are coming to Africa to buy forest, their land. That is to tell you that, something is wrong. Go and check any leaders in the world, anywhere, any leader that America support, that leader will not represent the good peoples of that nation. Any leader that represent the good peoples of that nation, America will not support. Go and check people that they are most of the African leaders they have assassinated, in most of the Africa country. And that is the reason why, and the issues of this religion
Can anyone hear him? Khalid, can you hear him? I can't. Accurate, we can't hear you.
No, he has gone off.
Okay. Okay. Honestly, okay, thank you guys. Chukudi and Khalid. Okay. Khalil, you speak. Okay, this is okay. Chukudi, the mic is yours.
Did you? Okay, thank you very much. I think I wasn't even here early to see how the conversation was flowing, but I think this sort of thing, in reality of things, the geopolitical divide of Nigeria does not play. That's my own personal thinking because first of all, it's not recognized by the constitution. Yeah, and the only people who benefit from it are even the senators. I think that's the only place it plays because they give them constituency allowances by geopolitical zone, although not constitutional, but it's conventional. And that was why senators explained that those of them who have more states, like the Northwest, their senator receive less constituency allowance than the ones who have smaller numbers of states. So that's the only thing about the geopolitical zone. And the constitution is not recognized. The only thing recognized in our constitutions are states. Those are where the power plays. Those are what matters. That is how the resources are shared. The resources are given to the state governors. Whatever happens in Edo State, it has no business with Bayelsa State. Both of them are in Southwest. The same with Kwara and Niger State. Some of them are neighbors. Some of them are not even very close. For example, in the South, you have Anambra State very close to Delta State and even Edo State, and Edo State very far from Cross River. In fact, you have to pass through the entire Southeast before getting there. But in terms of any other thing, even in politics, in terms of voting, it doesn't also play so many times. So the whole divide of people wanting to be called middle belt or not middle belt, I think if any particular tribe or any particular set of people want to self-preserve, they should take it within themselves and start self-preserving it because the geopolitical zone as created by Nigeria doesn't really account for anything reasonable. It doesn't. Even in party politics that they want to make it look like, it doesn't also apply because it's not constitutionally recognized. If they are going to constitutionally recognize it, maybe that's when I'll start taking it seriously because it happens this way that if it's talking about presidential candidates, they will tell you north is north, south is south. So they don't decide the part of the south they take it to. They don't decide the part of the north they take it to. It just happens that way, and I don't think that's a very big problem. And my own final thought on this is this: people look at. I've always also looked at that map of Nigeria, and I didn't understand why certain places are called certain places. And it does not also explain why it should be called another thing also. But I also discovered that even in other countries, they also don't name things just according to geography because by the geography I know, places like Benue State are actually east and not even middle or south or north. But that's not very important because the thing is, I also noticed that in USA, for example, states like Minnesota are called Midwestern states. And when I look at the map, they are just up north. And they are not able to explain to me why they name it that way. So whatever be the reason why they design the Nigerian states the way they design it, I don't know the reason, but one thing I've seen is that it doesn't actually play any role in reality because if you look at the map of Nigeria, whether using River Niger to divide it, most of the geopolitical zone maybe minus the north and the last part of the south, does not even actually represent what it is in geography. If you pick the map without telling anybody anything and asking to identify east, west, north, and south, he won't identify the places that are recorded there as a map, because the place where you call southeast today is not actually this eastern part of Nigeria mostly. I think Cross River is the most eastern state if you look at Nigerian map, if you're talking about the south. But they decided to call it the way they call it. I think we accepted it and we'll move on with it. I think if you are talking about identity, that's why they want it, or self-preservatory also doesn't even account for much. Reason being that there's nothing like middle belt and identity per se, as it is. There's no identity that is even common to all of them, except they want to create a new one. And if they are trying to create a new one, what will be the essence of it? Why not just create the entire Nigerian identity so that we know that if you are trying to create a new identity, what's the essence of people saying that they want to create a new identity and identify with it? So this is where I want to end. Whatever anybody wants to be identified as, let the person be identified as. It's not anybody's business. The truth of the matter is that in terms of economy, in terms of politics, in terms of administration in Nigeria, it doesn't count, except in Senate, and it's conventional, not constitutional. So if anybody wants to be identified as anything, he can fight for it. I don't think there is any difference. It doesn't make any difference at all in reality. Thank you, Dr. AI.
Dr. AI, can I say something for just 30
So
seconds?
I can't hear you.
Yeah, Mr. Dr. AI, can I come in?
Chupu, your network
Please.
you really.
I'm done, Dr.
He's
AI.
gone. He's gone.
I'm actually done.
Okay, thank you so much. Can you?
Please, let me go for 30 seconds. Let me just correct something from Accurate. He said something,
Okay,
and I
thank
just
you.
want to make little correction to that, please. Can I go ahead? Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yeah,
Dr. AI cannot hear.
you can go ahead now.
You said 30
I don't know
seconds,
if
so no
Accurate
problem.
is
When you
still
finish out.
on the speaker section, and if you can hear me. And Accurate, can you hear me? Okay.
Is it me?
Okay. No, I mean Accurate. Accurate. No, I mean Accurate. Not me.
Okay. Accurate, accurate has left.
Actually has
Okay.
left
Okay.
already.
He did mention something. That if you want to seek admission into ABU, even if you have a very good cutoff mark, you don't seem to be given admission and all of that. So I just wanted to ask him first whether he's a graduate of ABU. Accurate, are you a graduate of ABU? Okay. You see, there are certain things that if you don't have information, there is no need trying to make a point out of it. We have the School of Basic Studies, which is in Funtua, and that school was built by the 19 northern governors, and that is why it is only state within the 19 northern state that are actually given admission. Students from those states are given admission. So if you are from Plateau State or any other state, Taraba, Benue, Niger, as long as you're from the 19 northern state, you are given admission, at SBRS. Then secondly, I make it bold to say it here that ABU is the only cosmopolitan university we have in the country. It is the only university you will go and you will find non-academic and academic staff from each of the 704 local government working in that school. And on admission basis, there is what we call merit, national merit. ABU gives admission based on national merit across the 36 states of the federation. Then there is catchment area, and their catchment area is the 19 northern states. Every state is represented in virtually every department where students from those 19 northern states apply to. So if, for instance, MBBS has a cutoff mark of 250,
So that's the end of the live show, guys. I will be seeing you guys on the next one. Have a great day, or have a nice couple of hours. Bye.